Good morning. Hello, and welcome to Polly's podcast. So, today is my daily check in 204 days on a very low to zero carbohydrate diet, where I'm going to share with you what I'm having for a meal today. So, today is an OMAD day, which is one meal a day. So, some days I have one meal a day. Other days, I may have more than one meal. Like, for an example, maybe a lunch with a dinner, or breakfast and dinner. And it really depends on what I'm doing. So, as promised, I also uploaded some before pictures on the thumbnail. I'm sure you saw them. Okay, so I did what I said I was going to do. And you'll notice the close-up of my waist, over 40 inches was when I started. That picture I took when I was 171, where I had already dropped from 187 to 171. Wow, over 40-inch waist. Oh, scary. That's scary stuff. So let's see what I'm having today. Today I am having some whole farm fresh eggs. Delicious farm fresh eggs straight from the chicken coop. And I am making 4 of them. 4. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eggs. Okay. Well, hello, Kung Fu Cat. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Also making some delicious ground beef. The reason it's in a chub is because this cow was processed here humanely, and then it was hauled in frozen condition to a local butcher who we asked to do all ground beef. So this ground beef is premium, right? So deboned the whole cow, scraped all that prime, beautiful, delicious, wholesome, holistic beef off of those beautiful, perfect bones and made 100% ground beef. Then he took bones, cut them up into small pieces so that they could be used for soup, stock, and broth. Okay, so what else is for dinner today on this OMAD day? Is a whole beautiful farm fresh chicken. Okay, you'll notice it's wrapped in paper, butcher paper, because I don't want the plastic touching it. You know, it's BPA plastic, BPA-free plastic, but I don't want it to touch the chicken. Okay, so today is protein and fat, all right, animal fat. Now, you'll notice that sometimes I'll even include things like some berries or fruit. That's on a low-carb day. Today is a zero-carb day, so let me explain just a little bit. Oh, thank you, Kung Fu Cat. Are you hungry? Okay. So let me explain just a few things. So what contains zero carbohydrates are things like eggs or poultry, beef, pork, lamb, goat. These things contain zero carbohydrates, which means that when I eat them, my blood glucose doesn't spike. I'm not saying that my blood glucose doesn't rise a hair or two, because it might from just consuming food, right? What I'm saying is that it's not really registerable. Okay, so, and it also depends on how much I eat, right? But I'm not going to sit down and eat 3 pounds of food, because about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds satiates me completely. All right, so I have everything written down. 204 days as of today. Kung Fu Cat, my guest is here. He or she is hungry now. Well, my friend, that's what eggs are for. All right. So we have here Mm. Today is a 0 day. I already mentioned that. So like a low carb day for me would be eggs and meat and maybe a few blueberries with a few strawberries, or a few blueberries with kiwi or just blueberries or just strawberries, right? With my meal. And the reason I eat that with my meal is because when I eat these low glycemic berries or kiwi with my meal, my high protein meal, my blood glucose does not spike, right? Whereas if I eat them alone as a standalone meal, my blood glucose can spike. So everybody is different. Every human being is different. None of us are the same. But what we do know for sure is, for me, eggs have a 0 carbohydrate intake. Chicken has a 0 carbohydrate intake for me. And so does ground beef and ground pork and pork chops and, beef roasts. So that's the 0 insulin diet. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Stand alone. Okay. So sometimes I have a low fat day where I'm having just egg whites, no egg yolks, or white poultry meat or tuna, or God forbid, sardines, instead of a high fat day. So that's called more of a protein sparing modified fast, right? And I have been known to do that to break through plateaus also, which I will get into on another episode. Check out my podcast episodes. They're labeled episode 1 through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because that's where I'll be discussing that. This is my daily check-in. Hello, welcome to Polly's podcast. And this is what I'm making today. I am making probably either fried eggs, fried in bacon grease, over easy, or where I cook them with the runny yolk but the firm whites. I'm going to have a steamed chicken today in the Instant Pot that my beautiful friend Mia from Maine bought me. This Instant Pot, it's an Instant Pot Ultra, so it's like an all-in-one. It's fantastic. I use it almost every day. So thankful, so grateful. She is just a marvelous, marvelous lady. She's the same lady who actually bought me the soda maker. And she's in Maine, far, far away from me because I'm in Southern California, but I love her dearly. And she's a very good friend of mine. And of course, I'm having ground beef from the farm. Okay. So remember early on, I mentioned that my first 90-day challenge was to only eat what I grow. So I'm very fortunate in that way because I grow my own eggs, my own chicken, beef, pork, lamb, goat, and I have full access to raw goat dairy also, and eggs. So very fortunate. So today is going to be a 0 carbohydrate day. And that means that only animal products. And so another day I might share with you where I'm having tropical avocado. Now, tropical avocado is different from a regular avocado because it has very low fat. It's humongous. It's much bigger than a regular avocado. It's massive. It has a huge pit inside, but it has lower fat. So I try to be aware of what's going on. So today, I did put 1 teaspoon of heavy whipping cream into my black coffee with my collagen peptides, 20 grams, and 5 grams of powdered creatine. Because I didn't feel like eating the sweet creatine that's chewable. I didn't want to eat that today. So whenever I put the powdered creatine in my coffee, I do add a teaspoon of cream because I want it to be more smooth because the creatine tends to change the texture and the flavor of my coffee. I'm very sensitive to it. But I'm not going to miss a day of 5 grams of creatine because I need it. I need it. I'm over 50 years old. You know, I'm pushing the big 60. So I've got to have creatine every single day. You have to check with your doctor if you need creatine every single day. I do, right? I need creatine every single day. I also need collagen peptides every single day. Collagen peptides help support my bones, my nails, my hair, my skin. Skin is my largest organ. I've got to take care of it. Also helps my joints. And, you know, over 50, I've got to have that joint support. And, you know, that's eggs also. All this beautiful, delicious, wholesome meat in this poultry also supports bones. All right. So I did take my creatine. I did take my collagen peptides. I'm enjoying my morning coffee. I hope you are having a fabulous morning. And if this morning check-in helps you in any way, please give a thumbs up. Please write what you're having in the messages there, what you're having for a meal today. Are you practicing OMAD today, or are you having multiple meals today? Delicious, delicious. Okay, so there's Kung Fu Cat is online, and we're getting, what is that? I can't see that. Why can't I see that? That's so bizarre. I can't. Did you say donuts? Donuts are fried. Oh, that's hilarious. What about baked donuts? Oh my God, I can't see this. Is there a way that I can enlarge that? If you guys know how I can enlarge the message area, let me know, because I can barely see that message, the live chat. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I just can't see it. So if you know how I can enlarge that chat area, please let me know. Because I don't want to miss your chats. I don't want to miss your messages. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to read what you're saying. And thank you for joining me today. Okay, so it's day 204. I feel fantastic. I'm not going to lie. I feel great. I got lots of good energy. I'm on my way out the door to feed and water the birds and check on the pigs and do what I have to do for today. So just the short check-in. Again, the menu today is eggs. You can do them any way you want. Chicken. I'm cooking a whole chicken in the Instant Pot. You can cook it any way you want. Use your favorite seasonings. Ground beef. Cook it any way you want. I'm going to cook it in a frying pan and have it, you know, plain ground beef, because I'm pretty simple, seasoned, of course, and I do use salt and pepper. I do use seasonings because I can tolerate them. I realize not everyone can tolerate seasonings, but I can. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful for that. I do use onion. I use garlic. I use paprika. I use turmeric. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. I use dried herbs, right? So you can say whatever you want, whether or not I'm not hardcore carnivore or hardcore paleo because I use seasonings. Well, you know what? That's on you. That's your religion, not mine. So I am just doing what works for me. And I love seasonings. I'm not giving them up for you or for anyone until I decide whether or not to give up my seasonings. All right, so seasonings are what make the world go round for me, and they make a pretty mundane diet a little more tolerable. So I do seasonings, and I do make some of my own sauces also that are sugar-free or carbohydrate-free, flour-free. You do you. Thank you. I will do me. Yes, you do you also. So how much? So Kung Fu Cat has actually lost a lot of body fat on a carnivore paleo diet, and just I don't know how you're feeling. How are you feeling? Are you feeling okay? Do you have enough energy? Do you miss eating bread and pasta? Have you adapted? What's going on with you? Because your comments could help us. So, please share what you're eating or how you're feeling. So again, I did put in my thumbnail my before pictures. Some of them are from before after I had dropped to 171. I already mentioned that, but for those that are just joining us, in case you did not start at the beginning of this video, I want you to know I held on to my promise. I did put those pictures on YouTube on the thumbnail, and you can see the big differences. My body here. It's just remarkable. I am so grateful that I made this decision and stuck to it. So this is my morning check-in. I want you to have a wonderful day. Be happy, be healthy, be blessed. And until next time, be happy and healthy. I'm sure I repeated that way too many times, but hey, whatever. So I will check in again tomorrow. And in the meantime, please, if you find this helpful, give a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. It helps the brand new channel grow. And until next time.